What do you have to say to students? You had a very difficult fight to this, to get to a place that you are, to stand with CSON, that took a lot of courage, to speak up about your beliefs, that took a lot of courage. And there are a lot of people that share your beliefs as well, but are too afraid to speak. What do you have to say to people in that position?
I was in their position as well. I was terrified to speak up. But seeing the group really helps, and seeing these people have the courage to do it, I need to have the courage to do it. Absolutely, come out to an event. The first one I went to, I was terrified because I was like, people are going to come up to me and yell at me and things, because like you feel like everyone hates you. But you're there and you don't have to talk if you don't want to. You can, for the first little bit, sit back and watch and just be present, and that's what's important. So yeah, if you're scared, absolutely you can join the group. There's nothing wrong with that. But like coming to an event, I realized might be very scary. And I was in the same shoes. But if you're there, you just have to be present. You don't have to do all these things. You don't have to talk to people and face all these screaming people who hate you. You just have to be there. And then eventually you kind of work up to being able to talk to people and deal with all these people. But at the start, you get to work your way up. You don't have to just jump right in.
And it's a very common experience too that, members join our group and they'll say initially, "Oh, I don't want to do any advocacy. I'm not showing face."
Yeah, no.
And then they get to know us and we become friends, and they eventually gain the courage. And it's, it's not instant. You're not going to instantly be like, "I'm not going to comply anymore. I'm done." Because even if you know the truth, like to get that courage and to feel like you have support. Yeah. So, it's okay if people aren't like jumping into it, but eventually, they'll gain that courage in the community that supports them.
Absolutely. Take your time if you need. Take as much time as you need, as long as you get here. It doesn't have to be right now or in a day. You can take your time as long as you get here.
And do what you can. Do what you can because you care about the fight. I think a lot of students too, like, they think, "Oh, like, I can't drop everything." Or they think, I'm a student. This is a very common one. I get this at events too, Change My Mind events with students. Like, I'm a student. What can I do? Even if they have these beliefs, they're like, "But I'm just a student.
It's like,
I have no power here."
We're all students. That's the point.
What do you have to say to that, to students that feel that they're powerless?
Yeah, well, a group of students holds a lot of power. It's the groups that cause change, and we have a group. And so if all of these people think that and they don't join the group, we might not have power. But if all these different people who feel like that join the group, our numbers add and add and add, and you just gain power with all of that. And it's really nice.
I agree with you. And I think a lot of it is people feel very immersed in their individual situations.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, everyone's situation is valid, but we're fighting for more than our individual situation. That's, as a side note, that's kind of why like CSON doesn't advocate for like accommodations or exemptions, because then you're accommodating yourself. But what about the future for yourself? And what about the rest of people? This is going to keep continuing.
Yes, it needs to be the same for everyone, whether you have an exemption or not. You deserve the right to an education. You deserve to be able to go to school.
And it's, if you believe that, what are you doing to contribute in your way? Like you said, not everyone can jump in right away. People have to, protect like their mental health, and they're, sometimes they're not safe in where they're living. If they're living with people that are very like against it, maybe they have to be more careful. But at the end of the day, what are you doing to change minds, to change your reality, to empower yourself? How did it feel, to start speaking as a part of this organization?
It's liberating. It's great. It's a great feeling to get out there and actually start to talk about this, because in your head, you want to for so long and you're just scared to. So once you actually start to get out there and speak, it's a great feeling. It's very nice.
I think people hold back because they're so afraid. But it's actually funny because, you lose more and you get involved. You feel, in a way, as you described it, less afraid, because
Yes.
you're staying true to yourself. You're staying true to your convictions. You're staying true to your beliefs. You're not wearing, I hate to use this word, but you're not wearing a mask anymore.
Yeah.
Pretending to be someone
you
you're
can be
not.
yourself with this group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's the appeal of it, really, is that you can be yourself. You can go out and speak what you actually believe instead of having to hold back and wonder, does this person believe the same thing I do? Can I say this to them? But you can go and be yourself and say what you believe, because all these people believe the same thing.